Welcome to the table. You are now listening to the Real Table Podcast with Michael Carter.
Welcome back to another episode of the Real Table Podcast with your host, Michael Carter. And it's been a while. It's been about a week since our last episode. And now we're back and we're talking about Mission Impossible, the Final Reckoning. Probably I won't call it the first big release, but it was part of one of the first bigger releases of the year, which is exciting because that's let us know that summer's here and that we're getting closer to some of those bigger blockbuster movies, which is always fun. It's always exciting. But yeah, 2 weeks ago, the Final Reckoning and Lilo and Stitch opened up, which I still haven't seen Lilo and Stitch yet, and I don't know when I'm gonna see it. I'm not in a rush, but I'll see when I see it. But nevertheless, excited to talk about it. I have Alyssa back on the table to talk more of Mission Impossible. Alyssa, what's up, dude?
What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm hanging in there.
You're
Had some
hanging? Yeah.
well, yeah, I'm good. I had a couple busy weekends. Like I had 3 busy weekends in a row. So this is my first chill one. I'm taking advantage. It's been
Dude,
nice.
chill weekends are literally the best. They're
Yeah.
the best.
It was great. I had a crazy 10-day span, so I'm just I'm happy to do nothing.
Yeah.
Because I drove to Chicago, was home for 3 days, and then I drove to Louisville. And then now I've been back. So,
Dang.
yeah.
Have you watched anything?
I haven't watched. I can't stop watching the Mission Impossible movies, but I've tried to watch other things.
Yeah.
I did watch Murderbot. I watched the new episode for that.
Okay. Oh, that's a show.
Yeah.
Okay. How is that?
I think it's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah. Skarsgård's he's just he's so good in that role because he's
Yeah.
just enough of a freak to really pull it off. It's good. I think you should watch it. It's good. I'm really enjoying it.
Okay.
I showed my dad the trailer. He wants to watch it now. And
Okay.
they're quick. They're quick episodes. They're 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I think it's good. I think he's gonna be he should be a major player this fall with the comedy category.
So is it serious at all, or no? It's just mostly comedy.
It's kind of serious, but it's just I think there's some parts and they're just so funny. Oh my gosh, I die.
Okay.
Because he's a robot that's a protection guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he broke his code, so he's he's conscious basically.
Okay.
And he doesn't have to technically doesn't have to do everything he's supposed to do anymore, but he still has to do it. But he just wants to watch soaps all day or something. He just wants to watch TV all the time. And it's just funny.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like that sounds like it's up my alley.
Yeah, it's really well made.
Okay.
It's good. I really like it. Yeah.
Is that
Been
Apple?
watching that. Apple, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I finally started season 2 of Slow Horses.
Okay. I didn't even finish season 1.
Oh, it's so good.
Is it?
I was just in the mood for a spy thing, and I've already watched Day of the Jackal, Black Dove, so I was okay, let me finally start Slow Horses season 2. And I did.
And it's worth it.
I think it's good. It was a solid start.
I might need to pick it back up. I struggle with it, and I don't know if that's because I wasn't paying attention well or I don't know what was going on. I struggled with it.
I'm currently struggling with the studio. I just have no desire to finish it. I am going to finish it, but right now I just don't want to. I don't plan on it. I plan on it, but I don't plan on watching it anytime soon. I have to be in the mood, and I just haven't.
Yeah.
Haven't been there. I also never finished The Gentleman. So
at Netflix.
Yeah.
What episode of the studio are you on?
Episode 4, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just I really liked it at first, but then it got a little annoying. So I need to wait. I don't know. I'll watch it eventually. I just have to be in the right mood for it.
Yeah, I had a coworker who mentioned that this week. He said he stopped. Him and his wife were watching it, and it just didn't hit for them.
It
And
was hitting
then
until it didn't, and I just
yeah, I mean, and they finished it, and he was like, he said it was solid. It wasn't like
yeah
nothing like crazy, and I could feel that because when they first started talking about it on Twitter, I'm like, oh shoot, this show is gonna be smacking and it looks good and people are raving about it, and then it died off and you hear nothing else about it until maybe
yeah.
the last episode, and I was like,
I
oh
haven't seen anything. I didn't know the last episode came out until my friend texted me and was like, it came out. And I was like, oh,
yeah, it died. It really died off, which was
yeah.
interesting.
Because it was just like, I don't know.
You know,
It was fine.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything new beyond Mission Impossible, like movie wise? Or no?
Not yet. I like want to, but I just haven't made it to the theater. I might go see some stuff this week. We'll see. We'll see.
Any desire to see Lilo and Stitch?
No. I don't even like I'm not even a fan, like I'm not even a big fan like the original.
Oh,
Yeah. I think I like
okay.
literally if I watched it like right after this, it would all be new to me because I don't even remember
Remember it?
it. Yeah, like I'm never like, oh, let me
Dang.
sit down and watch Lilo and Stitch. It's like I've literally um I mean obviously like it's like I don't hate it. I just
No,
like it's just not in my like, you know. I
highly
literally
regarded.
yeah. Or
Yeah,
I literally just never think about it.
sure.
Um I fly a lot, so maybe if it's on a flight one of these days, I'll watch the animated version,
Yeah.
and then like right after I'll be like, oh my God, this is amazing. But I did that with Ratatouille recently. I like watched it on my flight, and I was like, oh,
That's a
this is
good one.
amazing. So I was like, I get like Josh O'Connor's obsession now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a good movie. I was like, because I like never really messed with it, and then I threw it on because I was like, oh, people love it on social media, and then I was like, yeah, I'm one of those people now.
Yeah,
Yeah, so maybe
dude.
if Lilo and Stitch, I think I literally gave it like a 4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Like literally, it's so good.
Yeah, Ratatouille, man. It's just one of those movies that it feels. I think it's timeless. It's like
It's so good. I
it's Pixar at
also,
its best. Pixar at its
yeah,
best.
I also was at Disney, so I got to go on the ride, and I was like, this is amazing. So that was also why I wanted to watch it. That's also like what influenced me to watch it. 'Cause it's like one of my favorite Disney rides now. I think it's so fun. But yeah, I'm not a big original Lilo and Stitch fan.
Okay.
I might watch it one of these days if I'm stuck on a flight to Europe or something.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
there's like yeah. But also the reviews, like the word of mouth is just not doing it for me. So
Yeah. 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 I think the
yeah.
only draw for me to go see it is just like Stitch is he's probably my favorite Disney character. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
top two, top three. So the
Yeah.
draw would be to go see the CGI animated Stitch as it. Like that would be the only draw for me to really, really go see it.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
also
I
feel like
agree.
I don't know, I just like there's no desire there. I might go see The Accountant.
Okay,
Um
I heard that was solid actually.
I've heard that's solid and that's very much up my alley. Like the
Yeah,
first one's good. Like didn't love it, didn't hate it. Like it's a very like middle of the road. Like it's in
yep,
that like ominous like 3.5, you know, where it's like a 3.5 can mean so many things,
yeah.
you know, you know. But yeah, I don't really yeah. I might go see that. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling
Okay,
on Tuesday because it's discount day. I still have to see the Thunderbolts actually.
dude, go see it. I think you'd like that.
I think I love it. I was trying to wait on my mom, and then we just never made it. But she's a teacher and she's out for the summer, so we're gonna make it now.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's one of Marvel's best in a long time. I was chatting with some friends this weekend about it, and they're part of the big slew of people that fell off the Marvel train because of the inconsistencies with the product. But we were talking about it, and I was like, Thunderbolts is pretty good. Y'all should go check that out. So yeah, you definitely
Yeah.
like that. Yeah,
I'm for sure
rather
gonna
than
go. I just haven't been able to make it just 'cause I've been pretty busy and just not in the mood. But
yeah,
I like with Marvel, I only see what I'm interested in.
yep,
But this one's one that I want to see. It's actually yeah. So like Yeah, because I also know the backstories for enough of these characters for me to be able to get it.
Right, right.
Because I went into Infinity War like so blind. It was so funny. Because I skipped a bunch of movies and I was like, what is going on?
What is all
What
these
is going on? I
characters?
was like, why does the guy have a body now? Why does the voice have a body? That was fun.
So
Yeah.
how do you feel about Fantastic Four in July? Like, what are your thoughts on
I
that
think
one?
it looks good. I will be in there opening week.
All
Um,
right, that's what I like to hear. All
and
right.
it looks fun. I know a lot of people are like iffy on it, but it kind of hit everything it needed to get me to get in there. So
Yeah.
I'll be in there for sure. It just like it looks like it's pretty well made. Like the text look, you know, like an actual movie. It doesn't look like a Marvel movie.
Right.
So I'm really intrigued by like the text and like the way it's shot just looks fascinating. I really like Vanessa Kirby.
Hmm.
Um,
Yes.
I've been a massive fan since The Crown for her. So
Oh, she is in the ground.
yeah,
What
she's like
season?
seasons 1 and 2.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Dang.
So
Okay. Yep.
I'll definitely go see that. And I like, didn't love this cast or anything, but then like they got me with the trailer. They did. So
Dude.
I'll be in there. I actually want to see like most of the big summer blockbusters. So
I feel that. I feel
yeah.
that. I want to see most of them. Usually it's always a hit or miss, but I feel like there's enough this year where I'm like,
I think I'm hitting all the big ones for sure because I saw Mission Impossible. I'm gonna
yeah.
definitely see F1 because
Oh yeah,
I actually,
F1 in IMAX. Yes,
yeah, I'm a big like
easily.
Simone Ashley fan. I love the director and that team. I actually watched F1. That kind of ruined my day today.
Oh, so somebody
Yeah,
lost.
yeah, I'm a big Hamilton fan, and this wasn't great. But
Who
then,
is?
yeah, I hate to see it. The car. But
Mm.
I'm also gonna see Fantastic Four, and I'm gonna go see Superman because they're getting
Easily,
me with all their promo. They've got me. That
dude.
is propaganda I'm falling for.
Look, before we keep going, that right there, what you just said is exactly what I've been preaching from day one. And that's, I think, not even just me. Everybody's been preaching day one that DC and kind of Warner Brothers needs to do in order to get people to not only believe in the movie and make the movie successful, but to get this whole like DC kind of superhero space
Yeah,
thriving and successful is to get people to care about it. And they're doing it with this Superman promo. I feel
yeah.
like all the promos I've seen, even
It's
though I'm,
so good.
oh,
But
dude,
the cast just is like way like I like the entire cast individually.
so good.
So I mean like well like David I kind of knew who he was. But like the more I see, because he like really wasn't that big. I only saw
Right,
him
right.
and stuff. I never watched him like in promo. But like the more I see about him, I'm like, oh like he's actually so cool. So I'm like low key becoming a fan. High key
Yeah.
becoming a fan. Rachel, I've always thought she was great. I watched a couple of seasons of like Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. She eats in that. I just watched The Amateur. She eats in that. She always eats.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then Nicholas Holt, what a guy. So like I don't know, the promo's gonna get me, and I'm a very easy person to get. I'm always like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch this, but I know I will. But I was never like, I know I'm. But with Superman, I always knew I was gonna watch it because I was like, I'm just gonna end up watching this movie.
Right.
And they shot it in Cleveland. So,
Yeah. Gotta watch
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Shot in
I was
Cleveland.
joking around with some friends and I was like, I just never went to my office when they were shooting this because I was just like, never, like, filming never interfered with me getting to my office or
Yeah.
getting to, like, so, like, my office is downtown. So, usually when I go to work, sometimes I'm like, I'll go to the office so I can go here for lunch
Yeah.
since I'm already downtown. And literally, like, not, like, filming, like, never interfered with that. So, I was like, texting my friends and I was like, did I just never go downtown the entire time they were here? Like I was like, did I just never go to my office? Like
That's funny.
so I work like pretty like very like basically it's downtown, but not all the way downtown.
Yeah.
But I was like, did I just never negotiate lunch with myself or just like
Maybe they just like disappeared.
yeah. I do have meetings sometimes like far like in the city, like I
Yeah.
have to pay for parking. And I was fine the whole time. I was like, this is nuts. Maybe it was just really contained.
Yeah. I
Cause
think
some
it,
of,
it kind of
cause
was.
yeah, cause some of those places where they shot, I was like, literally no one goes here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's,
And the
that's
other
probably
ones
why
were
they picked
like,
them.
yeah, and the other ones were like downtown.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know, I feel like filming here was pretty quick.
Yeah, it was. It was
Yeah.
maybe a month, maybe
I know. I remember
less than that.
it was in like summer, right?
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
yeah, and I remember like 'cause I was, obviously I go to baseball games. I remember walking around and it was like all the stuff was everywhere, which is so
Hmm.
fun because all the buses were different.
Yeah,
It's quite fun. That was a fun filming takeover. Because the other ones, they're kind of like it's just like he's like New York stuff, but it's like pretty contained to downtown.
yeah.
But this one was cool because they changed like all the buses and everything,
And the same
or
Metropolis
like a
and
lot
stuff.
of the buses. Oh yeah, I was kind of eating it up. It was fun.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I'm pumped for Superman that comes out in July, along with Fantastic Four.
yeah. Oh, and Jurassic World, gonna be seated for that. We
Oh
forgot
yeah,
that one.
I'll be seated for Jurassic World.
Yeah,
Even though for me, the plot it looks like number one, but I like Gareth Edwards. It's
I
shot. It
like
looks
Garrett
really good.
Edwards.
The way it's
Yeah,
shot looks good. I'm like,
it just looks so well made.
I'll be there.
So,
Yeah.
and then Scarlet's
Dinosaurs.
cool.
Yep.
Yeah, looks like
Yep.
actiony. Looks well made. I'm a big
Yep.
Jonathan Bailey fan, so I'll be in there for that. And then
Mm-hmm.
Mahershala is also pretty good. I feel like he hasn't been
Yep.
in anything like big. He's been doing
Mm-mm.
indies.
Yep.
He got the Oscar checks, and he's just been doing indies.
Oh yeah.
And he
Yep.
got the Marvel check for them. Did he
That
even get a check
Blade.
for that? Maybe he did. I don't know.
I don't know what is going on with that movie.
I don't know what's going on with that. I hope they gave him some money for wasting his time, though. But
don't even get me started on it. Don't even get me started. All right. Bet. Let's get into it.
This can't all be true.
Every word.
CIA Black Vault break-in.
Am I reading this correctly? The Kremlin bombing?
In fairness, the bomb was actually meant to kill him.
He gassed a security briefing.
That was just 2 months ago.
This explains the handcuffs. It's still not clear why he's here.
If we want to bring the world back from the brink, we have to deal with him.
Should he choose to accept?
Smart people on every side are close to panicking.
What exactly is your plan?
Your team has been betrayed, Ethan. All your secrets compromised.
Everything you are, everything you've done, has come to this. You gave him an aircraft carrier?
Our lives are the sum of our choices. This was your calling, your destiny. I have no regrets. Neither should you.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. This is it. This is the final Mission Impossible film. Weirdly enough, it felt like it's called The Final Reckoning, obviously, and so it feels like it is the final one, obviously, because it's in the title. But I felt like there wasn't a firm stance if this was the last one. But I felt like I read recently that this is the last one. Again, who knows if, when in Hollywood, if they'll stick true to that or whatever. But yeah, final Mission Impossible film. What did you think about the final one?
I'm so torn because it's like not bad, but it's not
No,
great. It's very
no,
much like very good,
sure,
good,
yep,
And I think I think this franchise is it's pretty interesting because like none of the movies, if you ignore Mission Impossible 2's existence, are bad.
Right.
And so like it's like good, but it's like not my favorite.
Easily.
Um
Yeah.
Easily like very much not in my top three, which is never
Yep.
happening.
Yep.
But it was fine. I felt like I was a little let down by this, to be honest, because it still has like its fun sequences, but like I just didn't really love the screenplay or the villain. I was just like, what are we doing? But I guess it's like very good, not great, because I just didn't. I had some issues with it that carried on from the first one. And some things were improved upon, but like not enough for me. What about you?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when I texted you about it. I think it was very brief because you hadn't seen it. I didn't want to spoil it for you, but I just remember. Well, first off, here's kind of. I don't think it's the issue. I think I saw enough of the movie to know how I felt and how I felt about it at the end of the day. I caught a. This was the day before Memorial Day. I caught a 10:25 showing in IMAX, 10:25 p.m. So a PM showing at night, and I usually, depending on what it is and if it's good, I can rock and I can lock in. But this day I was not rocking, I was not locking in. So I saw the first half, and I think the first half, which I had heard from people, was probably the worst parts of the movie. And I was like, okay, let's see how I feel. I watched it and I was like, oh, it wasn't right away, but I could feel it, and I'm like, yeah, I think I agree right away. Like I think I agree right away that this does not feel right. And then the movie got better as it progressed. But even though like there's some moments where I dozed in and out, but then there's moments where I was able to come back in and still understand what was going on, and I didn't miss a beat. I'm with you. I don't think the screenplay was there. It didn't feel as polished. I don't think I loved completely what the story was doing. And this is coming from where I thought Dead Reckoning, for me, I didn't love Dead Reckoning completely, but I thought it was good enough, for me to go, oh, this was a good movie. It wasn't as good as Fallout, because again, we're coming off of that Fallout high, but it wasn't as good as Fallout. But I was like, this is still good, and I'm like, I'm pumped for the next one. And then I just think, yeah, I don't know what happened. I think for me though, completely, this movie felt different than Rogue Nation, Fallout, and Dead Reckoning. It felt different from all the McHugh movies that he directed. It felt completely just different. The tone, the dialogue from the characters at time, I was like, this doesn't feel like the same franchise that kind of took off after Ghost Protocol. So I struggled with it, and I think for me to have a complete definitive response, and then, I mean, that's for all movies. You got to let time go on before you can have a really, really good response about a film or about art in general. But I think I definitely want to see it again to give it a better look where I'm awake all the time and not dozing in and out. But yeah, I was definitely disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see it in IMAX?
I saw it in the like 4DX because I
Okay.
go to Cinemark. So that
Oh, okay.
was yeah.
How was that
Because
experience?
it was cool. I really liked it. I really wanted to, I caught like a lot of the trailers too in it. I missed the Jurassic World one because the concession stand line was insane
As always.
as always. Yeah, we went on Tuesday, discount day. Gotta get the deal. And
Oh yeah.
apparently you get the deal on the 40X or yeah. But so it was crazy in there. But I really liked it. It was nice.
Okay.
The visuals are just so stunning in this movie.
Yeah, the visuals, rocked.
So stunning. Like there were some set pieces in this and I was just like, this is insane. Like the visuals were just like the cinematography was eating. I just loved like the use of color and everything. It was just really good.
Uh, do we want to talk about the set pieces?
Yeah, sure.
How crazy
He's a psycho. I was in there just like, just thank God this guy is like nothing to live for, because I was like,
Dude,
man, I was like, he's actually insane.
like the water scene for
First of all,
one.
the way it ends is just like so beautiful. I was just sitting in the movie theater, like staring at the screen because I was just like, I just could not believe it's just like so beautiful. I was like, this is literally so stunning. I'm stunned out over like how beautiful the like last few minutes of that scene are.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's low key dying, but I was just like, he's dying, but it's just so beautiful.
And I think that's too, like, even when you look at the criticism and the feelings that you have about this film, it's like, man, you gotta respect McHugh and what he can do. You
Like
gotta respect that.
like the visual filmmaking, like absolutely stunning. The sound work, absolutely stunning. That entire like submarine sequence where he's like, diving. I was just like,
Dude,
this is crazy. I think I held my breath. It was just like, it was
the lack of score
bonkers.
too.
Oh my gosh, the
Dude,
sound
that
work
was
was actually insane.
yeah. Okay, do you think it has a shot at the Oscars?
For sound, I need to see it again because I just did not pay enough attention to the sound work in this.
Yeah.
Probably just because of all the like the planes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. What are your thoughts on probably one of the biggest moments of the film? You kind of felt something was going to happen because this was the final movie. Like, what are your thoughts on Luther dying?
Loki was like, what are you talking about? But that first hour, I just forgot it. I really did. I thought it was like fine. Okay, but this like I really just don't even have thoughts because I was just like that happened in this movie because the movie's so long.
It's very long. It's a very long movie.
I think my issue with that goes back to my issue with the villain. It's like, just didn't love this villain. I think he's also like one of my issues with the film. I just like, it's just like just not grabbing me, you
Yeah.
know?
Did he grab you in Dead Reckoning?
No, I was like, and he just like, I don't know. I just didn't like him that much. I was just like, I feel like, I was like, am I missing something? Because I just was not messing with him.
Sure.
And the Luther stuff was interesting. I was like so annoyed though when the reason why they didn't have that one thing was because of Ethan was like, no, you tell me, and I'm like, yeah, now we got to spend an hour and a half getting it back. Like
Yep.
that was kind of annoying to me. But that goes back to my issues with the screenplay because I also just thought some of the dialogue in this wasn't great. But back to the Luther thing, I was like, why do you have to go out like that? But I understand like why. I guess I understand why he had to die. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really have that many like thoughts on it with that specific thing because my thoughts around that kind of expand to my issues with the overall film, just with how that first hour works and with like the villain like because like he goes on and I just didn't mess enough with the villain for me to be like, oh, okay. What about you?
I mean, it sucked because it's Luther, obviously.
Of course.
I do think I like how I feel like since Dead Reckoning, like when Elsa died, it feels like Ethan can't save everybody, and he's knowing that he can't save everybody. And so I think I like that there's a connecting moment there where, he's trying to save everybody and he ends up realizing that he can't. He has no choice but that he can't save everybody. So I think I like that aspect of it. But yeah, it sucked. It definitely sucked seeing homie go out like that.
I was like, why do you have to go out like that specifically? But then, but of course, that goes out, back to my issues with that first hour and the screenplay within that first hour as well. So
yeah, so just go ahead and give me your thoughts on that first hour and like what was struggling for you.
I don't know. I felt like it was like the writing of it just wasn't good. which I think is kind of fair to say. I just felt like it felt like a little over. Like it was long, but I also was like, I understand why it's this long. Um,
Yeah.
I just like I felt like they didn't lay enough good groundwork for the villain for me to be like, okay, this is I don't know. I think like a lot of my issues with the villain and everything comes from that first hour,
Yeah.
and I just don't think like the dialogue and everything in that first hour was where it should have been. And the flashbacks were like, I know a lot of people complained about it, but I was kind of fine with it because I was like, I understand why they did this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was. I felt like they could have tightened it up a lot more though than what we got. I think they could have like tightened it up to really like heighten the stakes a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that first hour was like okay. I literally want to go. I was like the other day, I was like, do I want to go see this again? Because I was like, I could just come in late and just miss the first 40 minutes. Um, I'm like, I was like, yeah, because you don't like I saw a tweet and someone was like, you literally don't need to start the movie. Like you could just start the movie when he's meeting with the president and it makes sense. And I was like,
Yes.
yeah. My like now that I said that, I just was reminded that he was literally arrested in that first hour, and I was like, why are we arresting him? I don't did I was like
Yeah.
did I literally miss something? Like I was like, what the heck? So yeah, that I literally think in that first hour, if you took out him being arrested,
It'd been
then
better.
that would have been better. Because I'm like, if he's just like surrendering just to go back, I was like, okay. But him like being handcuffed and all that stuff, I was like, this is literally doing the most. But it also goes back. That's tied to my issues with the first one because that whole that the government like hunting him down and those
Yeah.
two guys like hunting him down the whole time. That's one of my biggest critiques of Dead Reckoning because I just was like, this is so stupid. Like, why are we doing this? Because I was like, there isn't even like a good enough reason for them to be hunting him down for me. I was like. I
Sure.
just felt like they were just there for the plot, and I was just like, it just doesn't work for me. In Dead
Yeah.
Reckoning, and that's something that just doesn't work for me in this next one either. I was just like, and it wasn't even like I don't get it, like I got it, but I was just like, I didn't like it, um, because I just felt like I felt like in both movies that whole like, oh, we've got to like hunt Ethan down and arrest him, like. I just felt like that elongated both movies, and that was just like an added thing that we just didn't need in there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I understand like that gets Tarzan's. I think that's his name, right? Um, that one character
Yeah. I think this is the same.
in the team, but I was just like, I really didn't need this.
Yeah. How do you this? This also, I don't like the team that kind of
Oh, yeah.
it
This
feels
is literally
weird.
this is the
It
worst team.
it
If you
feels
pretend
very mosh posh. It's just like we're
it's very mosh posh, and there isn't like an it girl or an it boy in there. Actually,
and
that's mean. That's
I
mean.
love
That's
Haley
mean.
Atwell. I love her.
I love her,
I
but
thought she
I
was better
don't.
in part one.
Yeah, I like Palm's character. Like she was cool. Like had all the energy and stuff.
Sure.
But she's not a part of the team the whole time. And like character wise, like obviously we love Benji. Everyone loves Benji.
Yeah.
But like character wise, there was no one that you were like that was keep bringing you in. Like none of the characters were hitting.
Right.
Oh, like mostly. And like even though like the person they took out of prison was like so funny, like she was great. But I still feel like overall like the characters just weren't hitting. I didn't like Grace that much in Dead Reckoning, and she's much better in Final Reckoning. Like I actually really liked her character in this movie, and I really like Haley Atwell as well.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I just didn't think like I like really like I was literally the entire time I was watching this movie, I was like, these characters are just not doing it for me. And that's another reason why I just like did not enjoy this as much because out of all the teams, it's like the worst team.
Yeah, it might be. It might be the worst squad. Even
It's
3.
it's I literally watched that the other night and I really liked 3. And I thought that spot was fun though, because you still
Yeah.
like have like there's still like it's
Some
like not even
dynamics.
like they have like dynamics, and the characters are like interesting and like charismatic, and I just like there's like none of like you just don't have that in this one, and that's like a major drawback for this. Um, and I was just like, like literally the entire movie, I was like, these characters are just like not doing it for me. I was like, this is like the worst team out of all the team-centric Mission Impossibles.
Yeah.
And it was just really missing. It's really missing something that I just didn't love. So yeah, what did you think about the characters?
Well, I was just gonna
Or about
echo
the
that.
team, because we were talking about the team.
Yeah, I didn't care for. I really didn't care for the team either. I mean, obviously, it was kind of a mosh posh because I think these were just people that he was just convincing them to work with him to do X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. But it didn't feel unique. It didn't feel as sincere. I would have loved it better. Like, I just go back to like, like Jeremy Renner or Brant, or like even getting Paula Patton to come back around. Like getting those guys who, again, we don't know where they are at this point in the world, but it's just like, it would have been, I think it would have been really cool if they somehow found a way to morph those guys back in there. Because I feel then there feels more like a connection. It feels more like a connection of, oh, I remember these people from X, Y, Z. Whereas these guys, I mean, yeah, they were in Dead Reckoning, but still, it just, the writing just didn't do it for me, and it didn't feel right. And granted, they had to do so much with the 2.5 hours that they had, so not a lot of time to do a whole lot of, character building. So
I agree, and I think like even if I think they should have brought back like someone, because I think it would have like brought like that energy that this movie needed.
Yeah.
Because this movie is like the energy just isn't there, and a lot of that is because of the characters. But like Paula Patton's character is like amazing, you know. And I think bringing back like some old team members really could have saved this a lot.
Yep.
Because I was like, they really could have brought someone back just to like round the team out, and it could have been like a nice little, like, oh, like yeah, like we know Ethan, or not even that, but it just could have been like a, like literally like just for the vibes, like not even for the story, like for the vibes. It would have helped us a lot, because it was really missing something like character wise. And yeah, I just didn't love that. So yeah.
Well, what are your? You didn't see Severance yet, have you?
No, but I love the Subway crew. I would literally watch like a mini series on them. Just like I don't even know what you do on a Subway. But I would just watch them like living life.
I'm just really happy, like Tramel Tillman.
He kind of,
he had a few lines, some dialogue here.
He was so good.
But he's a good actor, and I like him.
I've never watched Severance, but I have watched one of his late night interviews.
Yeah.
Like on one of those shows, and it's so funny. And I'm gonna watch Severance eventually, but I think with this movie, even though I have all those complaints about the team, I was talking to someone about this, and I was saying how the best character, like this movie is a prime example of like you don't need a lot of screen time to make an impact, because all the characters that are the best characters and that you remember the most are the ones that have less than 10 minutes of screen time. And I was talking to someone about this in like a very different context, because we were just talking about like, like a movie coming out and like the screen time I think someone's gonna have, and I was like, well, Mission Impossible, like all the best characters literally have less than 10 minutes of screen time, and they're literally everyone's favorite characters. Like the entire submarine crew is everyone's favorite characters. And Hannah Waddingham's character was also pretty great.
Yeah, she was.
And they're all barely in the movie, but people were talking about those characters. So
also, I love how she was speaking. She lost her accent.
I love when
she was talking. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh my god. When I realized she was like in like the American military, I was like, oh, I can't wait to hear this one. Oh yeah, I was eating that up. Yeah. Because I was like, maybe she's like a Brit in this, but when obviously as I was watching the movie, I was like, oh, this is a very like contained American thing.
And 100%.
Yeah, but I only watched the trailer like twice, and I didn't know where she pops up in the trailer. I just think she's popping up at the premieres, you know. But
Right.
yeah, I really liked her like a few minutes too. I liked Ted Lasso, so I was, we love her. But yeah, she ate. All the military people ate, and I never say that, but truly loved them all, and they were the best aspects kind of the movie to me. Just like with the build up to the submarine and how they like tied in finding that one, and I don't know, even with the like submarine set piece when he like opens the door, like everything leading out to that was just nuts.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
the
yeah.
team was kind of funny, and then you're like they're looking, and you're like, oh no, like we're not gonna see them again. Or like, I had that thought because I just really liked them. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to watch the movie just to see them again. But and then like, yeah, I liked how all the like all the Navy stuff was tied in, and I just really enjoyed all of that. But yeah, I just like I think like this movie is like very big though, and the screen time is not it's not connected to impact. Because there's a lot of people with a lot of screen time that I keep forgetting were in this movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I mean, again, it's so much. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
2.5 freaking hours, so there's so
And I just
much.
love all of it. And now that we're talking about it, I really think I like forgot things I just didn't love, didn't care for.
Yeah. What about that plane sequence though? Crazy.
That was nuts. Yeah, that I was sitting in the theater. I was like, thank God he's got no one. Because he's that.
Crazy.
Because he could give us this. I was like, there isn't a good dad on the planet that could have given us this sequence. You know
Nope.
what I mean?
Nope.
Yeah,
And
I was like, he may be a bad dad, but it gave us this sequence. You know what I mean?
You may be a bad dad.
You know?
Yeah.
I was he doesn't have anything to live for.
No, you're right. And we might not get
Mhm.
another actor that can do something like this.
Yeah. Like no one's gonna, because they all have things to live for. But also, Tom's a little crazy.
Oh,
But I was also watching that sequence, and I was like, I know the insurance for this scene alone is why the movie costs what it costs.
Tom, please don't do this. Please don't do this.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it.
And because it's like two planes too, so it's not even like they could have put a wire on it. I was like, that sequence is nuts.
It's quite literally insane.
It's just so beautiful too. I just really love how like I just love the colors in this. I thought
it was shot really well.
Yeah, and then like it was just so pretty. And I just thought the color grading in this was perfect. Like they really did their big one.
Yeah.
With the color graded it.
Yeah. How do you feel about like Ethan like living and not dying? Was that a big thing for you or no?
I'm happy he lived. I'm like living in the delusion. This is like the only time I'll be delusional with this entire franchise of him like that's him walking off with Alyssa because I saw the thing on Twitter and I was like, that's my truth. Yeah.
You can say that. I do it. I mean, when you put the side-by-side comparisons, I'm not even gonna lie. When you put the side-by-side comparisons there, I'm like,
I was like, why does her hair look like that if that's not her?
I'm like, that's really close. That's really, really close. It's dang near the perfect match of her hair. I'm like,
and I was also like, I needed to get something out of sitting through this movie. You know? I was like, I at that point I was like, man, I was long and it's a slog at times. It really
is.
It is. And I wasn't even tired when I saw it. I was hyped. I was like buzzing. But it was kind of, it's kind of a slog at times. So then at the end I was like, I'm gonna hold on to this delusional thing just to be like, yeah, that was great.
That was great. Oh, thank you. Give me the one thing that I wanted. So now
yeah, I was like, let me have this one thing. Yeah. It's the one thing I wanted from the movie.
Oh man. Yep. Never say never.
Yeah.
Never say never. When I saw it, I was like, yeah, it's possible. You never know.
Yeah, I was like, this is the delusion I'm choosing to live in.
Yeah. Well, Any last thoughts on the final reckoning? Any last thoughts?
Nothing. I'm just still not over that submarine thing. I also just like the colors was nuts. And then when I opened up the door and that sub was right there, I was like, holy crap. That was
Dude,
absolutely insane.
top tier.
Absolutely insane. And
They,
then
they could make
the
a run at
se
cinematography.
I think they could. I have that running joke in my head of like, people that love doll movies must have not been able to really resonate with this one or like think this was
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
It's got colors and it's in the real world. I know like certain directors and cinematographers were really fighting for their life because they were like, they probably
Yeah.
like the concept of like vibrant movies being in the real world just isn't a thing to them. But
Yeah.
the sequence when Grace, Haley Atwell's character is like on the snow thing, I thought that whole thing was fun. But also the way that's shot is I think like it's like I love wide shots. I think the use of wide shots in this was like really, really beautiful, like really stunning.
Yep.
Um, and like the whites, oh man, like those
Yeah.
are really crisp whites, and like there's like so much depth to the shots, even though like I think other cinematographers, actually I know for a fact that some would not have hit. Like so there's some directors that would not have been able to do the depth like that's in those shots with the wide
Yeah.
shots and everything.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like so beautiful. I was like, man, this is so stunning with a lot of the white shots that are in that movie. Like, oh man, like it was just so pretty. Like, I'm such a sucker. I'm into photography. Like, I'm like an amateur photographer, so I like love visuals, as you know.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I was like, man, like some of these shots are crazy. But that whole sequence with like the guy's wife and Haley Atwell, like all of their interactions were just like
Yes.
so funny to me. I was cracking up. This movie was like pretty funny at times. Like
Oh yeah.
it had its moments. I was definitely like cracking up. And I liked how they brought that one guy back from the first one.
Yes, I did too. I
And
did too.
because I forgot about him, even though I literally watched the first one like days before I saw the movie. But I thought that was like a nice callback. And I saw someone point out that they were like, like Ethan probably thought he like ruined this guy's life forever, but he saw it as like a gift.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like a really interesting tweet.
Yeah.
But the whole like Russian thing at his house was like kind of annoying, but I was also just like, I'm kind of really liking this because I was just like, how are they going to get out of this?
Right. They were low-key cooked.
High key. Yeah. But yeah, I overall I liked it. It was like definitely slow at times, but I'm gonna go see it again. Because I just love seeing things on the big screen. But
Yeah.
I do think it's not the best in the series for me like at all. But I also think like it's just because I didn't like the first one.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's terrible. I was like mentally incapable of giving this like a 3.5, so I gave it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fine. What about you?
Yeah, I'm with you. I gotta watch it again, and see it on the big screen before it leaves, just to give it another shot, and just to be able to give a better opinion on it and not doze off. Hopefully, if I doze off again, and if I go at a decent time and I doze off again, I'm blaming the movie. I'm gonna blame the movie for that, not myself. But yeah, I think overall it's cool. It's cool. I gave it a 3, which I think is
I
somewhat
tried my
generous.
best to, but
I
I
think.
was just like I was like mentally incapable. I like literally I could not do it.
Would you give it
I
2.5?
I literally gave it a 4.
Oh, you gave
Even
it
though
a 4.
and I don't know why. I literally don't know why. It's like a 3.5, and I literally think the visuals
Yeah.
got me. I think it was
Okay.
like the visuals and a couple of the set pieces got me because it wasn't
Yeah.
the writing of the characters. I literally think it was like the propaganda. Like, I think like some of it was literally just like the tweets I've been seeing. I was just like, oh, it's actually so good. But I literally don't know why I gave it. I just don't think I was like I just don't think I could. But
Hey.
it's like one of my lower. It's my it's like on the bottom of
Yeah.
my Mission Impossible. It's not last,
Yeah.
because Mission Impossible 2 exists,
Yeah.
but it's not close to the top.
Yeah. I think I moved it to 7. I thought the Dead Reckoning was better than it, but I'm realizing Dead Reckoning and the Final Reckoning aren't better than Mission Impossible 1, 3, 4, Ghost Protocol. I mean,
Yeah,
I
when
already
I
said Ghost
rewatched
Protocol.
1, I was like, this is amazing.
Dude, 1 is top tier.
It's
She's
so good.
solid.
I like moved it all the way up. Like not in my
Yep.
top 3,
Yeah.
but it's up there. But like it's like not bad. But I don't know. I just feel like the issues of this is I just didn't think that because they delayed this movie too, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so I was really confused at how we got the movie that we got, even though it was delayed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally think the texts are so good. I think like award season wise, I think it's definitely a player, and VFX sound, and probably maybe that's it. Sound. Did I say that? I said that.
Yeah. So.
And I think that's all yeah, maybe that's it.
Okay.
Cause I don't know, yeah, like not score.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think so. We'll see what happens. I think it could do better too at BAFTA than at the Oscars.
Yeah, I can see that.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be. If it's gonna, I'm curious to see what the rest of the year looks like, but I'm not sure.
Especially since the summer slate just looks so good. And I think like in the summer slate too, there's some sound VFX players in there too.
F1.
Well, F1, that whole team is like so good. That's gonna be a player, I think, in a lot. I'm excited for that one.
I'm really hoping, because I've been keeping my eye on it for a while, and so I'm hoping that I'm right about it. Because I mean, if it's at least anywhere near Top Gun Maverick, then we're in for it. We're in for it for sure.
For sure. I think it's definitely getting sound. It's probably getting score because Hans Zimmer did it, and he was working on this when he was pissed off about Dune 2.
Wait, he did F1 score?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he he's like, I'm mad about Dune 2, what happened with that music, and I'm mad about the score noms because I love the score. I love scores, but I'm mad about Dune 2 and what the music branch did overall, and I didn't even work on it, so I just know he was like, he's like coming for blood, or I hope he is. So, but I also think it could be like in the conversation for other things.
Okay.
For F1, because I mean that team, it's the guy that was literally snubbed for the cinematography.
Yeah.
He's coming back. I think the editing is definitely it should be getting an editing knob just based on everything I've seen, and it's a racing movie. So I think it's a player for a couple of nominations. I think it's definitely getting sound. I need to see a route where that doesn't get sound because it's the F1 people coming back.
Yeah, and cinematography.
Yeah, I think it's in the play for cinematography. I think it's probably getting editing. Yeah. So I think that's going to be fun.
Oh, dude. And the same writer from Maverick, it's all him. He's writing this one solo, then because the last one it had a few people on there, but this one he's writing solo. Oh, dog!
I just think it's gonna be fun. I just want it to be fun.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm with you there. I just need to be fun at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I don't have to be like this great work of art, but like I got high hopes.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, that's going to be it today for the Real Table Podcast, talking Mission Impossible, but we got so much more on the rise. Superman, F1, Fantastic Four, plenty more. Jurassic World, plenty more. Alyssa, thank you for hopping on. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
As always, we're going to get you back on here as always. Everybody else, Like, subscribe, share, stay tuned. More content as we get underway with all this fun summer blockbuster stuff. I will talk to y'all real soon. Y'all be safe out there. Peace. Once again, thank y'all so much for joining me today on the Real Table Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and even comment. I want to hear your thoughts and I want to hear your opinions. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at The Real Table Pod and on Twitter at The Real Table. And don't forget to also check me out on therealtable.com for news, articles, and reviews. I will see y'all soon. Peace.